The ocean looks calm and peaceful under the bright Caribbean sun. A family enjoys a perfect day on their yacht. Julia, the mother, jumps into the clear water for a swim, but as she floats quietly, something strange brushes against her leg. She turns, but nothing is there. Then it happens again. Panic takes over as something unseen pulls her down. Julia screams for help, but nobody hears her. Julia is on vacation with her husband, Tom, and their 2 kids, Ben and Cassie. They're a happy family celebrating Ben's birthday at sea. Tom and Ben fish near the edge while Cassie relaxes with her headphones. Julia tries to swim back, gasping for air. Tom suddenly notices she's missing and jumps into the water. He reaches her just in time and drags her back to the yacht. Julia coughs, terrified, but says it must have been a current. The family hugs, relieved it's over. That night, they laugh again around a small birthday cake. Later, Cassie video calls her boyfriend. He shows her the city sky filled with massive storm clouds. Before she can react, the call freezes and disconnects. Cassie runs inside to tell her father, but Tom thinks it's just bad reception. They're too far from land. Suddenly, the family hears a low rumble outside. When they step out, they see a group of whales moving unusually close to the yacht. Tom explains that whales follow Earth's magnetic field, but storms can confuse them and push them toward the shore. Without warning, the yacht shakes violently. Ben loses his balance and falls. Tom dives down to inspect the hull, but when he comes back up, he's bleeding from the shoulder. Julia stitches the wound as Tom describes feeling something huge moving behind him, something alive. He believes he was cut by the propeller while escaping it. It damaged the yacht badly. Julia tries calling for help on the radio, but all she gets is static. Cassie searches for a phone signal, but nothing works. The situation grows tense. Then Ben jumps out from behind a door, scaring his sister. The brief laughter eases the mood, but it fades when the yacht's engine suddenly dies. The radar starts beeping. Something large is moving nearby. Outside, streaks of light appear in the night sky. The family rushes out to see hundreds of fireballs raining down. At first, they think they're meteorites, but when one crashes close by, Tom realizes they're burning satellites falling from orbit. Explosions light up the horizon as the sea churns violently around them. Smoke rises from the yacht's engine. Tom tries restarting it, but it's fried. Julia looks at the compass. It's spinning wildly. The world itself seems unstable. The storm hits fast. Waves slam against the yacht, tilting it dangerously. Cassie clings to her brother, while Tom fights the wind to grab life jackets. Julia's nose starts bleeding, and Cassie feels dizzy and sick. The air fills with a piercing, high-pitched noise that makes everyone cover their ears. Tom lights a flare, casting red light through the storm before the power cuts out completely. Then, darkness swallows them. The entire ocean has vanished. The yacht now sits stranded in endless dry land. The ground stretches for miles in every direction. The seabed is cracked like desert sand. Tom checks the compass again. It's reversed. The Earth's magnetic poles have flipped and the seas have retreated. Cassie stares in shock, realizing the world has changed overnight. They gather food and water from the damaged yacht. Ben ties his birthday balloons to a rock, hoping someone might see them. Cassie breaks down. Julia tries to comfort her, but Cassie pushes her away. Later, Tom manages to contact someone through the radio. The voice belongs to a man named Now, a submarine captain also trapped on dry land. He confirms the poles have flipped, pushing the oceans away and flooding the continents. Communication systems are down, and few survivors remain. He warns them to move to higher ground. When the poles shift back, the sea will return violently. His submarine can shelter 3 people. Tom and Julia agree their children must go. They plan to leave at sunrise. Morning comes, but danger comes with it. A limping man and his barking dog approach from the horizon. Tom waves and offers water, but the man suddenly attacks, smashing the bottle into Tom's face and stabbing him with a harpoon. Julia screams as Tom collapses. The man cuts his throat before Julia can reach him. She runs, blood on her shoulder from a thrown spear. She locks the kids inside the yacht and arms herself with a knife. The stranger forces his way in. Julia hides in the bathroom, breathing hard. He breaks the door open, but she escapes through a small hole in the wall. Outside, the dog spots her and charges. Julia fights it off and kills it. The man finds the dog's body and howls in grief. Julia sneaks back inside the yacht, but he catches her. A brutal fight follows. He punches her, drags her across the floor, and starts choking her. Cassie can't take it anymore. She shoots the man with a flare gun. The fire spreads fast. Julia grabs the map, their supplies, and runs with her kids. Behind them, the yacht explodes. They kneel beside Tom's body for a final goodbye before walking away, tears mixing with dust. The family moves across the endless desert that used to be the sea. They stop at a small waterfall to rest. Cassie blames Ben's balloons for attracting the stranger, but Julia insists it wasn't his fault. They continue walking, unaware that the limping man still follows them from afar. When they reach a small pond, Ben finds the body of a giant hammerhead shark. Julia spots the stranger again and yells for the kids to run. They sprint over dunes and through toxic waste fields, gasping for breath. At last, they lose him. But the heat grows unbearable. Their water runs out. Julia scolds Cassie for spilling some by accident. Cassie screams that it doesn't matter. They're going to die anyway. Julia slaps her, then instantly regrets it. Silence follows as they keep walking. That night, they find a crashed plane and use it as shelter. Julia finds an old family photo in Tom's jacket and tells her kids how they met, how Tom brought her flowers and poems at the hospital where she worked. The story calms them enough to sleep, but in the middle of the night, the stranger attacks again. Julia tackles him first and stabs him again and again until he stops moving. Cassie hugs her to calm her down. By morning, the stranger's body is covered in giant crabs feeding on him. The family runs. In the distance, they spot a cargo ship stuck in sand. They climb aboard and find 3 survivors inside a metal container. The woman wants to help them, but the 2 men panic and lock the family out. Julia lifts her kids to the roof as the swarm of crabs reaches the ship. The crabs pour into the container, devouring the trapped crew. Gunshots echo, then silence. Julia bandages her leg, which is badly cut, and faints from exhaustion. She wakes in the middle of a sandstorm, alone. Cassie's voice calls through the wind. They're safe. They take shelter in another container. Julia uses Tom's lighter to burn her wounds closed, screaming from the pain. When the storm passes, they find bottled water and a gun. Julia fixes the radio and calls now. He warns them that abyss creatures, mutated arthropods, have surfaced and are attacking. The seas are returning sooner than expected. They have only hours. Following Now's flare, the family crosses miles of cracked land. They finally see the submarine, but a rock slide splits them apart. Julia tells Cassie to go without her, but Cassie refuses. The ground shakes as the swarm of crabs returns. Julia fires the gun until it's empty. Cassie reaches down and pulls her mother up. They run together toward the submarine, while Ben shoots at the creatures to slow them down. Julia and Cassie climb the ladder as the crabs feast on Now's dead body nearby. Julia throws the empty gun and seals the hatch. Water begins to flood the plane. The ocean is coming back. Inside the submarine, Julia and her children strap in and hold hands. The waves crash, tossing the vessel like a toy. The high-pitched noise returns, echoing through the metal walls. Then, everything goes dark. When they wake, the storm is gone. They open the hatch and see sunlight reflecting on the water. The submarine now rests in a half-flooded city. The ocean has returned. Julia holds her kids close. There's still hope to rebuild. If you enjoyed this recap, subscribe to Epic Cinematic Recaps for more.